This is how me and my friend Nick made $182,000 in less than 6 months with this single product. So about 8 months ago I made 8k with this Winnie the Pooh advent calendar, but as this was a seasonal product, the sales quickly went down to zero and I had to find a new winner. I knew this time I had to find a product that I could print with long term, so I called my buddy Nick and we quickly started looking for a new banger. And after only a few days of calling, he called me and showed me the biggest banger I've seen in my entire life. Okay, I'm just kidding. The product he showed me was actually completely ass, and he kept showing me those horrible products one after another until 12 days later he showed me this video. So as you can see, these are custom shoes inspired by the famous rapper Juice WRLD, who at that time was dropping a new album called The Party Never Ends. Plus it was his death anniversary, so we just knew this had to be a banger. But there was only one little problem. We couldn't source the product. This is because it was a custom product, which basically means you can find it on any platform like AliExpress, Amazon, or even from a private supplier. The only way to source the product is to actually make it yourself. So we quickly started looking for a way we could make this product, and that's when we stumbled upon the platform called Alibaba. This platform basically lets you make any type of product you could ever imagine, from tech to fashion to even makeup. But there was still one little problem. When you make a custom product, there is something called MOQ, which stands for minimum order quantity. This basically means that for you to be able to start selling the product, you first need to order hundreds or even thousands of units of the product, which can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. And at that time we probably had like 3k on our bank account, so obviously we couldn't afford it. Luckily there's a method called pre-orders, which basically means that you can start selling your products before you have the actual stock, and then once you've collected enough revenue from your customers, you use that money to buy the MOQ. So we made a design, ordered the samples, and after a month of waiting we finally had the product in our hands. We literally started filming the same day, and only 3 days later we had our first video blow up. Within the first 7 days we got 5 million views, and out of that we made $0. Okay, let me explain. This is because we did something called the drop method. This basically means that when people go to our website, it asks them to provide their phone number and their email so that they don't miss out on the upcoming drop. Once you've collected enough emails, you announce the drop date, and then when the day comes, you send another email saying that basically the drop is live. We decided to go with the drop model because of two reasons. The first one being is that brands like Cortez and Supreme utilize the drop model to be able to create hype around the product and make it feel more exclusive, which allowed them to charge higher prices for the product. And the second one being is that with the pre-order model, we had to make sure that our customers get the product as fast as possible. So the time between the moment they placed the order and the moment we ordered the MOQ had to be as small as possible. So we had to make sure everyone orders within the same time. So after 3 weeks of posting, it was finally time to release the shoes. We took some photos, made some graphics, and we announced the drop date through emails and SMS. 3 days later, it's January 31st and we are about to launch the drop. And I'm telling you right now, I've never felt so stressed before. At 6 p.m. we send out the emails, send out the SMSs, and then nothing happens. Complete silence. And for the first 2 minutes, we didn't get even one sale. In that moment, I was literally feeling like I'm about to pass out, and bro, I've literally never felt so bad before. Not to even mention the fact that for the past few days, I was so sick and couldn't get any sleep. And then this happened.
Bro, just somebody check out already, bro. Bro. Yes, sir.
We got our first sale. After that, there was a snowball effect where people just kept buying, the sales just kept rolling in, and that day we ended up doing $23,150 in revenue. It was all going so well, too well, and something just had to come and crush it all down. And that's what happened. Next day I wake up 3 hours into the drop, and I see the thing I feared the most. A message from Stripe. They froze our account. Now, I don't even have time to worry about the fact that $20,000 had just been frozen on my account, because in less than 3 hours we were about to have our official release of the shoes. Luckily, my earlier mentioned friend Nick had an old Stripe account that we could use for the official release. That day we ended up doing $26,315 in revenue. Going fast forward to today, we have sold shoes, necklaces, and even football jerseys. We have done over $180,000 in revenue, and we have built a team of absolute organic killers.
Ay, she want fillers but can't even cook no dinners. They say they killing but must be kidding, cause we been on the block and no one's spinning. If I let Ski beat at the ops right now, cops ain't gonna know who did it. But I gotta hold back for a minute, cause bro just blocked something up, no limit.
Now in about a month we're gonna have our last and best drop ever. So if you want to be a part of the journey and be a creator for the next drop, you can DM me on IG or Discord and I'm gonna make sure to reply to you as soon as possible. But yeah, so the main takeaway from this video is really that it's completely normal to be going through lots of struggles, lots of ups and downs and a lot of obstacles. Because if you work a bit harder than others and try to think a bit more than others on what you actually do, you can really make it and you can really be successful.